Hi, Dr. Lim here. In our last video, I explained why the Sunyati you shall not worship anything. People sculpt some statues or use some symbol to represent the god or the religion. The statue, symbols, and even the name of God you shall not worship. Why is worshipping so harmful to us? As when a person starts to worship, first, he is having the wrong expectation that his luck will be good or something beneficial will be bestowed on him. We know that many tribal people worship the tree, the rock, even the mountain. We know it is superstitious and wrong to do that. Then when civilization become more advanced, the statue of God replaced the tree, the rock and mountain as subject of worship. It is equally superstitious and banned by all religion, including Hinduism and Buddhism. Then people become more advanced. They do away with statues, but give God a name and worship the name. I have made comparative study into each religion, be it Christian, Islam, Hindu, Buddhism, and Taoism. Worship of name is banned too, as it is equally superstitious as worshipping the statues of the tree. Supreme consciousness is nameless and formless. But nameless and formless, many human beings immediately lost. And no way they shall believe in God or Supreme Lord. So statues and names are assigned to represent God. If the believer know that names and symbols are just a representation of God and not God itself, then it is okay. But the problem, many take the name or symbols as God himself. Then we have a serious problem. I'll give you a simple example. Both of us, sitting facing each other, there is a common object between us. Then both of us point to the object using our finger. Now, if both of us know that this is the object that we are pointing to, then we have no argument. But instead of discussing the object, we discussing the finger, and which direction the finger is pointing to. So even though we point to the same object, but both of us pointing in opposite directions. So instead of discussing the object, we discussing which direction of the finger is right. Then immediately we have problem because our fingers are pointing in opposite direction. Then the argument started. Both of us claim that our direction is right, Then my direction is holy and your direction is unholy. My direction is right and your direction is satanic. First we throw woods at each other. Then we started to throw stones and bombs and harm each other. Just because the fingers are pointing in different directions. We assign a name to God. So when you have the name, then some characteristic shall be associated with the name. Then different groups of people assign different names to the God, and each name has different characters, and the characters are not the same. Then people started to throw words to each other, to shoot words to each other. As the conflict became more serious, they started to throw bombs and shoot bullets instead of words, and the whole world plunged into conflict because the name is not the same. The practice is not the same. The rule may not be the same. As simple as that. Even in the same religion, sometimes the practice may not be the same. The rule may not be the same. Then they also throw stones and bombs to each other. Even they believe in the same God. But due to different approach, it's good claim that they are right and holy. The other groups always false and satanic. Even they were in the same religion, not to mention what will happen when in different religions. In all religions, when you study the holy text carefully, the name, practice and rules are the pointing of the fingers to something holy and love or compassion. If you look at the fingers, they may point in different directions, then you should tell yourself, do not look into the fingers, but look for something that is holy and compassionate, pointed by the fingers. When you ignore the pointing of the fingers, then you practice detachment and you practice non-differentiation. Conflicts and fighting are resolved and permanent peace can be achieved. This is one and the only way to achieve world peace, to detach yourself from name and form. In Tao Te Ching, written by Lao Tzu, This is the holy text for Taoism. Lao Tzu stated that if a name can be named, it's no longer a name. If a way can be pointed, it's no longer the way. Name and the way are referred to name and form, even to the rule and teaching in religion. The teaching in all religions are to be followed and practiced, not to worship the name and statutes. In my past video, I have quoted Matthew from the Bible, first, second chapter of Quran, the first chapter in Upanishad, and initial chapters in Dhamma Sutra. Worship of name is banned. Just worship the name and the teaching, you are not a believer. Only when you practice the teaching and love for the Lord, then and the fellow human beings, then you are a true believer. Even though Sunya by itself is not a religion, but the practice of Sunya and the discussion in Sunya can make you understand your own religion much better, bringing you closer to the Lord and make you serve human beings in a much better way. Many Sunyati, after practicing Sunya, they found that they can pray much better and focus. Their love for fellow human beings become more intense, and the intention to serve humanity become very strong. These are the positive results from the practice of Sunya. In Sunya, we detach ourselves from name and form. Anything that can be sensed by your five senses and think with your mind are name and form. They are just the pointing of the fingers, and you shall not worship the fingers and even the pointing. During the initial practice of Sunya, when we ask the Sunyati to detach from name and form, many new students are worried. No? If everything is null and void, then what do we get in return? Actually, Sunya is emptiness, but emptiness is not null and void. Emptiness is the detachment to name and form. Our mind is always conditioned by the attachment to name and form. This resulted in prejudice and many malpractice in life. And worse, it blocked the power of mind. Our mind are powerful, but why do we not feel the power? The reason is simple. Your mind is tight and bound by the attachment to name and form. Name and form are like the chain and rope that ties your mind and prevent it to be free. When the Sunyati started to practice reverse counting, doing away with name and form during the practice, many miracles may happen. As I give you the example, the Sunyati may experience astral traveling or projection of consciousness at places far away, even intergalactical. Some can even see heaven and hell. Some can see and even communicate with the angels. Sometimes they're precious religious relics, like the sarila, the relics from the monk or teacher, or some belonging like the bead used by the teacher and presented to them can multiply by itself. This happened to all the religions and to all believers, not restricted to certain belief and religions only. All these miracles are not the power you gain from Sunya. In Sunya you gain nothing. This is actually the original power of your mind. When your mind detaching from name and form, you release its potential. This is why in Dhamma Sutra, a famous sutra asks you to detach from name and form. Buddha make it a point that detachment is not null and void. Those who detach actually gain a lot of benefits in life, including wealth and prosperity. When you detach yourself, you turn peaceful. You release the power of your mind. Then you can work very effectively and you gain a lot of benefits, including turning yourself into a millionaire. This is why we say peace and prosperity is the ultimate aim for Sunya. We mentioned prosperity is to prevent the Sunyati enter into nihilism. Some people after practice detachment, they achieve very intense peace and happiness. Then they attach to the happiness and practice Sunya so that they enter into a blissful state. Some meditators spend hours meditating to enter the blissful stage. Then they forget they're human being. You have a duty to perform. They forget to perform their duty and turn themselves into a donkey. They con the disciple to donate money to them and contribute nothing back. They become parasites and destroy the fabric of the society rather than building it. They make you believe that you can only access God or certain enlightenment through them. If you feel in such a threat, you're not a believer, but a slave under his mental control. Such donkeys are good to frighten you. If you do not donate or do not believe in his teaching, you shall face the dire consequences like burning forever in hell. But believe me, this is the donkey that will be burned until their false teaching disappear from the earth. This statement is not from me, but from Buddha. Those who are making false claim and fighting people using false teaching are facing serious punishment in the afterlife. The punishment is only ended when their false teaching is ended on earth. In future, we are establishing the Sunya Council to guide the Sunyati, so they are not misled by donkey and monkey. Those donkeys and monkeys always threaten you that if you do not follow him or his religion, you will be burned in hell. But according to Buddha, these are the idiots that will be burned, not us. They shall face the punishment until their false claim and false teaching are ended on this earth. We never curse people to be burned in hell. In all religion, there is a teaching that if you offend serious crime like rob and murder, rape and kill, false claim you're God or representative of God, mislead people to sell the house and properties and ruin their peaceful family life, then the punishment is severe. But for us who practice do no harm, we love and protect the environment, we extend our health for enhancement of social economy, we never take what does not belong to us, we never disturb the harmony of the society, we never making false claim that we are some terrific guru, whether God has selected us to ask you to sell your house and donate what you have, we never intoxicate ourselves, do harm and murder. When you do not commit such a serious crime, you have nothing to worry about your future and your future life. Until now, I think I have prepared you enough for the real practice of Sunya. Starting from next video, I shall introduce the full practice of Sunya from the basic level up to the advanced level. Sunya can release the power of your mind, can reset your mind, and renew your approach in life, can balance your emotion to have true love for fellow human beings. There are good benefits in the practice of Sunya. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.